Afternoon and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this Tuesday afternoon. I know that I am okay. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Okay. Yeah, I know I have to get that right, child, because I have some subscribers that'll let me know when I don't say it right, okay? So like, share, subscribe, and comment. I want you guys to know you absolutely rock. I want to send a shout out to the people who have been sending me cash apps. I always like to give a shout out to those ones. I'm gonna start doing it anyways. Um, Shout out to I don't be wanting to say their real names, child. Of course, OG Snake Spotter sent me one the other day. Um, Hold on, you guys. And I'll say Miss Win. Okay. Hold on. I'll say Miss Win. And she'll know who I'm talking about. Okay, I got it. It is I'll say Miss Win. Um OG Snake Spotter sent one um the other day, and then there was a Wavy Waves, and who else? Um, Miss McLean. I can't. I'm not gonna put out people's names. So these folks sick. Miss Tammy. Um, Brown Sugar, and I know I'm not getting everybody, but um, Mr. Desmond, all of you guys. You know, um I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, I appreciate and it's been a whole lot more people. Okay, um, but I wanted to talk about Jay Fizzle, um, and throw shots at Yo Gotti, and Jay Fizzle is Young Dolph's little cousin, and of course we know he is on paper route, and Jay Fizzle is blazing. Okay, I'm very proud of what I see when I look at Young Dolph's artists as it relates to um, how they're continuing on since Young Dolph has was assassinated. Right. Um, I think it's a shame, though. Like the way that these young men have been taunted and things of that nature, and they have held their peace in the midst of all of this, right? And so we see now, especially since this new development, with Orange Mound, Quet, and Jamarcus, and the truth be told, I do believe that they probably have come to an agreement with Jamarcus. Okay, it just won't be known into the public until Friday. But Jay Fizzle posted something. Okay. I like that song. That's gonna be a hit, Jay Fizzle. Oh, that's a hit right there. And then he posts bankroll, Ho Gotti, racks, all big heads. Okay. Um, you get to thinking about like all of these new developments and things of that nature. And Yo Gotti has been on social media lately, and I think I've told you all, when you start to see him visible on social media, it is because number one, um, he's really mad about something. Okay, that's what I believe. And number two, he's trying to put a battery pack in some of these little dudes' backs and things of that nature. We see since Orange Mound Quit has been out on bond, we've seen him be a lot more visible, and he's been grinning and trying to make it seem like that he does not have a care in the world and all of that. And I was listening to Kenny Money say that we was quiet all while people played with Dolph's name and all of that. and they were quiet because I feel like a lot of the people that was doing it are being paid to do it, um and they still do it somewhat. They wanted them to indulge, they wanted them to crash out because they knew at some point that they was going to jail. I'm reminded when Cheryl Wright, Lorenzen Wright's wife. Okay, trust me. I'm gonna tell you something. People know when they're gonna go to jail. Okay, they have to try to make it look good to the fools that they're getting to go do the dirty work. Okay, but they know that their time is it won't be long. Okay, I'm reminded of Lorenzen Wright's wife Shara. When Lorenzen was assassinated, everybody already knew that Lorenzen's wife was involved in this, to include Lorenzen Wright's mother. When I used to interview Lorenzen Wright's mom, we would have to do a lot of editing before we put it on TV, right? She would always blurt out that Shara killed my son, that was before she was ever even arrested, right? Before she was ever even charged. Everybody knew it. They just had to get the proof. But guess what? The FBI was involved the whole time, right? FBI was in the background the whole time, paying close attention to this case, doing its investigation, and it took 7 or 8 years for it to come to pass. But because Shara knew, I think Shara was out longer than what she thought she would be out. But she knew at some point it was going to come crashing down. So what she did was she made sure she spent every dime that Lorenzen Wright had so that his family could not get anything, not thinking about her children, that the money was for her children anyways. But because she was so evil, she made sure she spent every dime. Okay, because like I said, she knew that her time was going to come. It don't think nothing of when you see Yo Gotti and them acting like they having a whole lot of fun and they're traveling and they're doing this. People know that when they do wrong, there has to be some retribution. And what I don't want is, I don't want for your young Dolph's artists to get so involved in and I know it's easier said than done because you get tired of people. I promise you, it takes you being strong. It has nothing to do with being weak. It takes being strong to keep going, knowing that in the end you're gonna get the last laugh. I think oftentimes that's what keep a lot of people, especially those who are on a mission, going, knowing in the end that you're going to get the last laugh. In the end, they're gonna get the last laugh. Like I was saying in one of my videos earlier today, it will give some of them a lot of pleasure, okay, to for them to crash out, um they sending they paying little dudes to get them to respond, and to get them to come to the hood, making them mad enough to come to the hood. You can't come in the hood, blah blah blah. Start trying to mess, I guess, with their street creds, and they're feeling like they need something to prove. But when you're on a mission to greatness, you don't have anything to prove to anybody, especially people that's on a sinking ship. I think I have been saying that for the longest. That ship is sinking. Okay. The root of that tree is already just about dug up. Okay. And we could see just by how visible he has been. But I think what Yo Gotti, being in his 40s, he should be ashamed of himself. It seems like to me he has been ruining lives for over 20 years at this point. Okay. You think about the people that talk about how he's always, did things and paid people off, their mothers and stuff off, not to talk, and how he's always, paid people, which, they should know better to go and do his time. But everybody's luck runs out at some point, especially when they're doing dirt. And I think a lot of people's luck ran out when they did dirt. So the CJ Fizzle. See, it's a lot of stuff going on in the background. Okay. I know I don't say a whole lot at this point, but I've been told I can't say a whole lot. Okay. But it's a lot of stuff going on in the background. Okay. And so you have to think about what Jay Fizzle them. Jay Fizzle them have a lot of firsthand knowledge of what is going on. And so it's hard when you know or you believe that someone has had something to do with doing something to one of your loved ones and they seem to be living life up. But like I said, the devil has always been very cunning. The devil does what the devil is supposed to do. What Jay Fizzle and them needs to do is continue on being great, okay? Because it kills them when they are continuing on being great, dropping great music, knowing that in the end, they're the ones that's going to have to go to jail. So what Jay Fizzle and them don't need to do is get caught up in allowing him and the rest of the people that are around him to pull them in. He's doing and saying more now, not because he feels like he's going to get off, but because at this point he knows that there's going to be some consequences for what they did. Okay, there's going to be some consequences because God is in it, not because of man, but because of God. Because God says, when I get them back for what they did, you're going to see me get them back. But see, my dad used to always have this saying, if you're going to be mean, you got to be clean. Okay. And my mother says to this very day, as a matter of fact, with a situation recently, I was talking to my mom about something. And my mama says, now, I've gone to God about it. I've gone to God. I've been getting up at 5 a.m. But if you're gonna say something, if you're gonna get in it, God can't do what God does. The feds, God is working through the feds. So what Jay Fizzle and them need to do is, even though he's taunting because he's mad. When people start taunting you, it or trying to taunt you, it is because they're mad and they want you to crash out. He can go sit in jail, for the rest of his life, knowing that these pre-artists have crashed out and they are in there with him, and everything that Young Dolph was trying to build is has crashed. Okay, because that is one of the reasons that Young Dolph was killed, right? Because of his visions, as I always say, and what he had. But it is hot in the streets of Memphis. Like I said, I was looking at a video yesterday, and I was looking at some stuff with Kenny Money and them, and some stuff with Fabo Gold had gone live, and I think that it is sad what is going on, okay, as it relates to those young dudes, and it is all about nothing. I understand Kenny Money them feels like, Fabo has been continuously taunting them. And as I have always said, I think what Fabo should do is take that energy that he is putting into the atmosphere and putting into his music. Somebody was saying that Fabo was on the set with Migos the other day. Fabo, I believe he went live and said and refuted that and said that he was not on the set, but there were people that said that. But then he turned around and said that he is Trula Mafia, okay, or something to that caliber. That yeah, I rock with Trula Mafia. J Money was Trula Mafia. Yeah, I believe he said I'm Trula Mafia, or I rock with Trula Mafia, or something like that. And so, you know, I think what Fabo should do, like I said, is take that energy and whatever that hurt and hate is that he has, and try and make some good music, because I would hope that he is not allowing somebody to put a battery in his back, because if he's allowing any of them in that circle to put a battery in his back, he can't do anything but sink. That is a sinking ship, and if you have to be crazy to jump on that ship with them, because it ain't nothing good gonna come out of that, out of nothing on over there on that label, okay? Because God says it's time for some retribution. So I think it's sad. I really think that it's going to be a hot summer, because you're starting to see all of these young dudes get riled up. You're starting to see the smoke, and we see this old man Gotti right in the midst of that. That's the reason why he has been so visible. But God says, when I get them back, you're gonna see me get them back. And Young Dolph's family is going to get some retribution, okay? Because God is preparing that table, okay? He is preparing that table for his family, okay? And so you could drink all the crystal bottles, you can throw out all the subliminals and things of that nature that you want to. But somebody had told me, okay, that he had made a video, Yo Gotti, yesterday, throwing out some subliminals at Young Dolph, and they feel like that is why Jay Fizzle may have been responding to him. Okay, they actually sent me the video of Yo Gotti talking about it was his birthday, and He said something to the caliber of we know where you was we know, shout out to Big Dog. We know you supposed where you're supposed to be, and put the camera up to the sky or something like that, you know. But if he was talking about one young dog, it's just making that payback that he gonna get worse. Just understand that whatever he does, he ain't getting away with it. And that God get back is more gangster than any get back than any human can ever give. So what Jay Fizzle and them need to do is what is really hurting them, and that is continuously be great and pay them no mind. You can hurt people worse when you act like they dead. Okay. And then be standing there clapping when Young Dolph's family, because it's going to happen when they get to do their press conference, be standing up there with his family when when these feds get through, right? Because like I had been telling y'all from day one, when people were saying that the feds were not involved, I have been telling y'all that they were involved from day one, right? So the best thing that he could do is continuously be great, be standing behind his family when they do their press conference, when the feds round all these Negroes up. Because I'm telling you, it's coming. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's on the way. Okay. And it's imminent. It's imminent because God says you have to reap what you sow. So they're gonna get it back. So my message is for Jay Fizzle them, you know, to just continuously be great in all of that. And I know we see it. We see how he try to floss and how he try to flex. And it seems like when Key Glock say they so jealous of Key Glock, it's ridiculous. When Key Glock say he gonna drop an album, he get to talking about Moneybagg Yo gonna drop one. There ain't no comparison with Key Glock and Moneybagg. Key Glock is better. Okay. And I used to like Moneybagg Yo. I used to like Moneybagg until I got to seeing other things. I got to seeing that, you know, he's got an evil demon on the inside of him, and God is coming back for some retribution on him too. Okay, you may get by, but you never get away, and that's what Jay Fizzle and them need to remember. It seems like they're getting by at just right now, and that's just how it seems, but they're not getting away because God is not going to allow them to get away. Okay. God is not going to allow it. Okay. But I'm going to make this video short, you guys. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App. I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you so much. I've been watching this and been cringing because I know that the reason that all of this stuff is going on is because some people are mad because they know that they're getting ready to have to pay for the decision that they made. And they got a lot of these little young dudes taunting the pre-artists to try and pull them in. But I want pre to be bigger than that, okay? Because that ship is already sinking, okay? That ship is the Titanic. Okay, it might seem like it's big and beautiful, like, you know, the Titanic was big, but guess what? It sank. Okay, and they own it. That's I consider that to be CMG, the Titanic, and they're all on it. Okay, and they don't need to allow them to bring them down. Okay, because you have to reap what you sow. Young Dolph, as I said before, Young Dolph, and I saw Young Dolph in my dream, and he said he was working. He's working in the spiritual. See, they should have just left him alone because he's got way more power now than he had in the physical. So they can't do nothing to him now. They did the ultimate when they plotted and took his life. But what they did was they made him more powerful. Okay. They made him even more powerful. They can't touch that. He has ascended to another dimension and he's spinning on them. Okay. He's spinning on them. So what's going to happen is already happening and it can't be stopped. So what I could say to them is don't get you ourselves caught up into something that is already being handled in the spiritual realm. Okay. Y'all are still in the physical realm. Y'all be great. That's what hurts them. Okay. But they being handled in the spiritual. Okay. Y'all keep doing what y'all supposed to do in the physical. Them niggas being handled in the spiritual. And that's something they can't use their money to put a hit on. Okay. Always remember that. Always remember that. They should have just left them alone. Okay. If they had left them alone, they wouldn't be all on here throwing out subliminals and showing just how miserable they really are. Okay, because when you start seeing them doing that, when you start seeing people try to act happy and they posting with bottles and shit, thinking they making you jealous, that's when you can see how miserable they really are. Because see, I can see through the bullshit. Okay, I can see. I know Jay Fizzle and them are a lot younger than me, and so they probably can't see it, but I can. I know smoke and mirrors when I see it. I've lived long enough to know it. So what I want them to do is continuously be great. Let the people that's working, and because they spending, I done told y'all them folks been out there spending. Do what they supposed to do, and don't get themselves caught up in any indictments because that's what they want them to do. They want for them to get caught up in y'all. There's so much stuff going on in the background. Them folks miserable. Okay, they're miserable. Them folks ain't letting them catch no break. You better believe me when I tell you. But you have to pay for what you did because they should have left that young man alone. They could have just been great and had their label and put out good music and been you know men in the community that everybody could have been proud of. But instead, what they did was they put a stain on Memphis. And it's a darn shame before God because it didn't even have to be like that, okay? But anyways, you guys, I'm gonna come on tonight. So I've decided to just do a little short video, but I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you so much. Okay. I love you guys. I see you tonight.